Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sabrina and I'm back with another Excel tutorial for you. Now, if this is your first time here and you're looking to develop your Excel skills, then start now by subscribing and hitting that bell icon so that you don't miss out on any new updates. All right, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can insert spark lines in Excel. So spark lines are basically tiny charts that you can enter in a worksheet cell, which provides a visual representation of your data. So you can use spark lines to show trends in a series of values, and then you can position that spark line near the data for greatest impact. Okay, so if you look at my spreadsheet here, you can see I've got a table of data. Okay, so I've basically got a list of different student names, and for each student, I've got their test scores for each month, right? So what I want to do is for each student, I want to insert a tiny chart which will show me their test scores for the entire year. Okay, so I've basically inserted a new column, column N and column O, where I'm going to place these tiny charts. So in column N, I'm going to insert a line chart, and in column O, I'm going to insert a column chart. So I'll show you both types of spark line charts. Okay, so to insert a spark line, what you would do first is you would select the data that you want to transfer into that spark line. So I'm just going to take my first student there and I'm just going to highlight the whole data. Okay, you would then go up to the Insert tab, and then you want to go to the Spark Lines group. All right, now we've got three options there. Okay, so you've got a line chart, you've got a column chart, and then you've got a win and a loss chart. So I'm going to basically show you the first two. So we'll start off with the line chart. So if you hover your mouse over the line chart, it will tell you that this is a line spark line and that spark lines are basically mini charts placed in single cells. So if I click on the line spark line, you'll get this little dialog box here. Okay. Now the first field there is your data range. Okay, so this is where you would choose the data that you want to transfer in your spark line. Now, my data range has already been pre-populated because it's basically taken the cell range that I had selected or highlighted. Okay, so that's correct. It's from B2. Okay, so this is B2. So it starts from B2 and it's going all the way up to M2. Okay, so that's also correct. So you would just make sure your data range is correct. And then the second field is the location range. So if you read the sentence just above it, it tells you that location range is where you want the spark lines to be placed. So I'm just going to select this cell here, which is N2, because that's where I want my spark line to be placed. And then you would click OK. Okay, and there you go. So there's your mini line chart inserted in for the first student. Now, to do the same for the rest of the students in my scenario, you can actually just copy and drag the formula or copy and drag the spark line down into the other cells. So what you would do is you would select the first cell with the spark line in it, and then you would go to the fill handle, which is basically a green square. It's a little green square in the bottom right-hand corner of that cell. So if you hover your mouse over the fill handle, you'll see a black cross. So when you see the black cross, you click and hold your mouse, and then you drag your mouse down to the rest of the cells, and that will basically copy the spark lines into the rest of the cells. Okay, and there you go. So you can now see that I've got mini line charts displayed for each student, which is basically showing me okay, their test scores across the whole year. All right. Now I can do exactly the same thing, but with column charts. So if you prefer column charts, you can do that. So what you would do is, again, you would just go up to the Insert tab. You would then go to the Sparklines group, and this time you would select column. Okay, so this one is a column sparkline. So you would just click on column. This will bring up the same dialog box. Okay, create sparklines. Now, in this instance, I forgot to select my data. Okay, which is fine. You can do it here. So in the data range, you would click into that field. Now you can click on this arrow, this upward black arrow, and then you can, highlight your cell range. So I'm just going to highlight my values, my cell range, and I'm only doing that for the first student, okay? And then you can click on the drop down arrow there to expand your dialog box. So you can see there it's now inputted my cell range, okay, based on the cells that I selected. And then you'll need to input the location range. So if you remember, the location range is basically where you want the sparkline to be placed. Okay, and that would be in this cell. Okay, so that's cell O2. And that's already been selected there, which is right. Okay, so that's done. So you click OK. And there you go, your mini column chart has been inserted into that cell. And again, you can just copy and drag that spark line down into the rest of the cell. So you just hover your mouse over the fill handle in the bottom right-hand corner until you see a black cross, and then you would click and hold your mouse and then drag your mouse down into the rest of the cells to copy the spark line. Okay. And there you go. So now we've got mini line charts for each of my students' test scores. And I've also got mini column charts, okay, for each of my students' test scores. Okay. So that's how you insert sparklines in Excel. Now you can do some editing and formatting with these sparklines. So for example, if I select the first line chart there, okay, so it's actually selected all of them when you select the first one. You can then go up to the Sparkline tab at the top. And there's a few things you can do here. Now, one of the things that I quite like is, for example, there's a style group here, and you can change the Sparkline color. So if you click on the drop down on the right of Sparkline color, you can choose a different color for your line. Okay, so I'm just going to go for, so you can choose any colors. You could go for purple. Okay, like so. Okay, so the other thing that you can do is you can highlight the highest and the lowest point in each of the line charts. Okay, so to do that, what you would do is you would again go up to the Sparkline tab. You would go to the Show Group. Okay, and you'll see some options here. And one of the options are high point and low point. Okay, so if you hover your mouse over high point, for example, it tells you there that this will highlight the highest points of data in the selected Sparkline group. Okay, so if you tick that, and then if you tick low point, so low point will basically highlight the lowest point of data in the selected Sparkline group. So if you tick that as well. Okay, what you'll see is if I just click away from that spark line now, you can see that it's basically placed a small red dot to point out the lowest point of that data and the highest point of that data. Okay, so you can do that. You can do the same with the column chart as well. So if you click on the column chart, okay, so again, that's just highlighted all of the column charts. You can again change the sparkline color, so you can change the color of these columns. So you can go up to the sparkline tab, go down to the style group again, okay, and then go to sparkline color. So just click on the drop down on the right of sparkline color, and let's go for a sort of a goldy color. Okay, so you can change the color. I'm just going to change that back to, let's go for green. Okay, so you can change the color of your columns. And here as well, you can highlight the highest and the lowest point in that spark line. So again, if you go to the show group and just tick high point and low point, okay, what you'll see is that it's basically colored in the column, so the highest column and the lowest column in a different color. Okay, so in this situation, it's turned the columns into a red color. Okay, so this will give you a nice indication of, which column is the highest and which column is the lowest for that data set. Okay, so that's it for sparklines. I hope that's helped. If it's been useful, then please do like and share the video so that it can reach out to more people. And do consider subscribing because I will be posting new content. All right, guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.